Hey, I'm Mary Way, and let's take a brief moment of calm. On July 22, 2025, the world lost John Michael Ozzy Osbourne. The godfather of heavy metal is gone, yet his madness rings louder than church bells. Today we won't cry, we will crank up the volume in his honor. I'm bringing you 7 moments that prove Ozzy wasn't just a musical genius, he was a certified maniac. Expect cocaine, pecans, a US president that heaven helps us, and a bouquet of roses in a very odd location. Strap on your straitjacket and turn off common sense. Let's remember stories no sober mind could invent. Birmingham, 1972. Ozzy climbs behind the hill, smashed and license-free. In the back seat, his first wife, Thelma, goes into labor. He floors it like he's driving a tour bus, not maternity taxi. Cops lose their minds, yet the car somehow reaches the hospital. Jessica Osbourne is born, officially mocking natural selection. Moral of the story? Never hand a rocker car's case, especially unless it drunk one. Yes, the baby lived, and that earned another wild line on his resume. Late 70s, a young Van Holland singer brags about his snort capacity. Ozzy fires back, last man standing queens, mate. They vanish into dressing room, and the air becomes pricier than oil. 1 hour later, Ozzy simply disappears like Encore apparition. Rumor has in the cops and even the FBI are hunting him, worried he bankrupt Columbia. They finally find him asleep in the next tour bus, grinning like crack. Lesson: if the FBI is after you, pretend you're a carpet in a tour coach. Works every time. 1984 Los Angeles. The Mötley Crüe tour turns into the Olympics of depravity. Bassist Nicky Six claims nothing can shock him. Ozzy drops to all fours and covers a line of land ants. The crew gags in horror. Ozzy asks for dessert. The ants lose their citizenship and Rock's media lands the perfect headline. Six stops out and the world learns Ozzy just lowered the Madness Limbo bar. Later, I witness a crew, and or not, but who does crew if not crew themselves? 1981. Singing They Wipe of Peace and Love. Ozzy brings to life begins from ceremonial release. Instead of release, we get a relay. He grabs one and bites it head off. Blood, feathers, and shock marketing in a single frame. KBC Pierre instantly Googles how to quiet gracefully. Ozzy smirks, nasty bird that one. Since then, peaceful and Ozzy should never share a sentence involving birds. 1982, Texas, the Alamo Heroes Monument. Ozzy grabs a beer, slips into Sharon's dress, long story, heads to a photo shoot, nature calls right at the memorial. He relieves himself on the assurance of freedom and earns instant handcuffs. The city bans him for 10 years, a true rock and roll stamp on his passport. A decade later, Ozzy returns, apologizes, donates $10,000. Lesson: if you pee on history, pay for the true cleaning. Reality show era, The Absurds, tops the chart. President George Bush invites the Osbournes to dinner. At the table, Bush says his mom adores Ozzy. The rocker climbs onto a chair, flaps his arms, and clucks like a bird. Bush blushes, Secretary panics, Sharon slaps the table yelling, "Don't sit." Headlines roll, Ozzy freaks out, photos, mom thrilled. Lesson: if the president mom loves you, choice is permitted. Ozzy never slowed down, even in his 70s. Sharon loves he still sends her nude photos, a bouquet of red roses strategically placed. The framing is perfect. The lightning set, caption for my queen, is incredibly creative. Sharon smiles, hitting the phone from the grandkids. The internet chimes in with a collective TM, so much information to unsee. But shame was never part of the Prince of Darkness toolkit. When your spirit stays young, why soak the madness under a granny blanket? We loved, wins, and face palmed through the Prince of Darkness antics. Yet every bout of madness carried threads that forever change music. Rays of invisible lighter in memory of Ozzy Osbourne. May his scream keep ripping the silence in your headphones. Subscribe to my OnlyFans. See you there for more stories.